Hello, everybody. This is Notably Nancy reporting live from Israel on the Israel-Gaza conflict and what's happening since last Monday and over our Sabbath. We have had over 2,000 missiles fired into our country, from Gaza, also a little bit from Lebanon. Yesterday, Shabbat, the Sabbath, was our day of rest, but I'm just telling you live, it was anything but restful all over the country. We had sirens going off, people running to the bomb shelters. Okay, my call to action to you is to really educate yourselves about what's going on. In my description box below, I've left links to great news resources with accurate, truthful information that, as you have the time, I really want you to explore because it's so important in order to understand what's going on here in the Middle East that you have accurate information about the news, history, politics, and military that's going on here. I'd like you to please share this video to counter all the false narratives that are going on and circulating, and I'm telling you that they're even circulating in the mainstream news outlets. So please educate yourselves and don't be misled. I'll continue to keep you informed from Israel as these news events unfold.
Shalom. I want to tell you guys today about my Shabbat, the day of rest in Israel. Because it wasn't really a day of rest for us. On Saturday mornings, I like to read my Bible with a good cup of coffee, so I did that today. I read Jeremiah 1. And while I was reading, the rocket sirens were sounding, and my personal Bible study was interrupted, and I needed to run to the bomb shelter to take cover. Thankfully, where I live, we have a minute and a half to take cover, so I was able to run to the nearest shelter on time. But actually, many families in southern Israel have only 15 seconds to take cover to save the lives of their families and children. So if they are outdoors and the sirens goes off, if they don't sprint, they will not make it on time. Anyways, so I reached the shelter in my neighborhood. Many of my neighbors are actually religious, so many of them were spending the day in the synagogue, and as soon as the sirens were going off, they ran from the synagogue to the bomb shelter. And while we were inside the bomb shelter, we heard all these interceptions literally behind our heads. The Iron Dome has been intercepting these rockets that were on their way to target Israeli civilians. After the siren stops, we are actually still required to stay inside the bomb shelter for extra 10 minutes for safety, but also to make sure that we don't get hit by shrapnels from the intercepted rockets. So after that, I got home to continue with my day and, start cooking for lunch. And then another rocket siren happened. Can you imagine if this happened to you, your family, your children, rockets on your city? Over half of Israel's entire population ran to bomb shelters in the past few days. Many families are sleeping in bomb shelters tonight because we are dealing with terrorist organizations that are targeting us, civilians. On that note, I want to thank you. I have been receiving tens of thousands of messages from you, and I have to say that they are touching my heart. To see people praying for us, standing up for Israel, and sharing the truth, that's exactly what we need right now. Israel will continue to defend itself, and terrorism will be uprooted because it has no future in a peaceful Middle East. Thank you guys, and please continue to pray for peace in this region.